Oliver Ivanovic, leader of the Serbian civic initiative Freedom, Democracy, Justice, was killed in Mitrovica this morning after unidentified persons shot several times, landing 6 bullets in his chest. Albanian President Ilir Meta and Prime Minister Edi Rama hold the same views regarding the assassination of Oliver Ivanovic, demanding that the perpetrators face justice and dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia intensify. More than 150 decorative trees have been planted in one of the oldest neighbourhoods of Tirana at the Carta de Shmorac Street in Administrative Unit Number 8, giving greater meaning to the name of the area. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 16th of January 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I am here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. Major news in the region today as leader of the Serbian civic initiative Freedom, Democracy, Justice, Oliver Ivanovic has been murdered this morning. Unidentified people have attacked the official as he was leaving his party's headquarters in northern Mitrovica. Ivanovic was sent to the hospital in a critical condition, struggling for his life while doctors confirmed that the 64-year-old was shot repeatedly, receiving 6 bullets to the chest. Despite medical intervention and maximum effort from doctors, Ivanovic's heart gave no reaction for about 45 minutes, prompting doctors of Mitrovica Hospital to confirm his death. The Kosovo police arrived at the scene to survey and collect evidence expected to assist in the course of the investigation. At about 9:15 a.m., an hour after the armed attack on Ivanovic, police located an Opel Astra vehicle on Vojvoda Putnika Road. The vehicle in question had no identification marks and the police have reason to suspect it is related to the murder case. Oliver Ivanovic was considered a new spirit in Serbian politics in the post-war period of Kosovo. He was one of the main negotiators for NATO, United Nations and European Union officials deployed in Kosovo after the war. But in 2016, Ivanovic was found guilty of war crimes relating to the killing of 4 Albanians during the war and was imprisoned for 9 years. After an order for a retrial, he was released 1 year ago and was waiting for a new trial to be conducted. The risk of escalating tension between Pristina and Belgrade due to the assassination of Oliver Ivanovic has prompted the EU to intervene immediately in order to restore balance to the situation. EU Ambassador Federica Mogherini has conducted 2 phone calls with Presidents Thaci and Vucic in which the message was clear. Brussels demands the perpetrators to be brought to justice as a result of prudent action by Kosovo and Serbia. This message was also supported by the highest officials in Pristina. President Hashim Thaci and Prime Minister Ramush Haradinaj unanimously condemned the criminal act but demanded that the case in question not be used politically. The presidency and the government expressed their full support of the investigation into and capture of the perpetrators. Also, Kosovo sees no reason to stop the process of normalising relations. However, Belgrade officials have been tougher in their reactions. Serbia's President Aleksandar Vucic, after a meeting with the National Security Council, declared the incident a terrorist act. The head of the Serbian state further retorted that Belgrade has no confidence in Kosovar authorities while requesting the involvement of investigators from Serbia in full disclosure of the case. On Tuesday, when a rushing of talks between Pristina and Belgrade in Brussels was expected, the Serbian side has announced the suspension of dialogue, calling it meaningless under the current conditions. The murder of Oliver Ivanovic is widely being discussed in international media. The major global networks have underlined that this assassination threatens to revitalise ethnic tensions once again in a region that has not been particularly problematic since the 1990s. The Republic of Albania has officially strongly condemned the killing of the Serbian politician in Kosovo. Furthermore, a stance of peace with Kosovo and Serbia, as well as the desire to continue discussions to improve relations, was also declared. Via a Facebook status, Ilir Meta expressed an urgent need for the seizure of the perpetrators. The President of the Republic expressed his deep regret and strongly condemned the killing. President Meta also expressed belief that the relevant authorities would soon disclose the details of this criminal act, ensuring the perpetrators face justice. President Meta expressed hope that the criminal act does not affect the important process of dialogue between Serbia and Kosovo, a process that is very important for the European future of both countries and for the stability, peace and security of our region. Prime Minister Edi Rama, also via a Facebook status, has also condemned the murder that, according to him, promotes hatred and tension. The head of the Albanian government said that efforts for dialogue and peace should not be stopped as a result of this terrible situation, instead referring to it as evidence that negotiations should be deepened further. The Butrinti ship and the 7th contingent of the Albanian Naval Force departed for NATO's Sea Guardian operation in the Aegean Sea. Defence Minister Olta Gjachka, the Mayor of Vlora, Dritan Leli, French Ambassador Christina Vasak and the commanders of the forces, as well as their family members who've set off on the mission, were all present at the ceremony held in Pashaliman. Minister Gjachka appreciated the work of Albanian soldiers in international missions, but also during civil emergencies. You are a very good example for all citizens of our republic. There have never been any complaints from you, although we do not have all the resources available that we would like. Both you sailors and your colleagues of other forces, you are selflessly engaged in all the difficult situations that arise even from acts of nature. And in extreme conditions, you put your lives in danger to save those of others. Others get involved, but you are still the first to go and face any difficulty, said Olta Gjachka. Gjachka also gave appreciation for the role and contribution of former contingents in the Aegean Sea, as well as mentioning the new and modern weaponry installed on the ship. I'm sure that our ship, Butrinti, will advance the good name that our armed forces have produced with every alliance mission. This ship, well equipped with the latest in defence technology, gives the possibility of increasing the range of operations in which it can participate. You have worked very hard this month for Butrinti to be ready, and I congratulate you for this. I am convinced that you will continue to honour us, just like your colleagues in Afghanistan, Kosovo and Latvia, said Gjachka. The 7th contingent of the Albanian Naval Force in the Aegean Sea consists of 21 sailors and is headed by 3rd-rank Captain Ermal Hila. The mission will be conducted over a 3-month period. In one of the oldest neighbourhoods of Tirana city, at Kata Dashmoret Street in Administrative Unit Number 8, 150 decorative trees of the cypress species have been planted to restore a green vibe to the area. 150 cypress trees have been planted in the Selvia neighbourhood today. Previously, the only tree here was the one in the name. It is now the task of this neighbourhood and their residents to protect and care for these trees. I am very happy that this initiative for the Green Revolution in Tirana has expanded from forest areas, parks, the Big Ring Road and the Orbital Forest and is now spreading across the neighbourhoods, said Erion Veliai. He went on to thank all those businesses who have donated not only money but also time to the project of planting new trees, adding that it is an investment much needed by Tirana. For a business, time and money are precious. The fact that businesses spend their time and money to make this investment proves that this is something really special. Tirana is preparing for the 21st of March when the record of planting 100,000 new trees is expected to be broken. We will continue throughout the week, continuing even during the celebration of Skanderberg's year. We will operate on the 14th of February to plant a tree in the name of our love of Tirana. Then on March 7th and 8th for Teachers and Women's Day, as a way to remember their contribution to our city, we will plant more trees. We will end on March 21 with International Forest Day, where I believe we will break the record of 100,000 trees throughout Tirana, said the Mayor. SP MP Ervin Bushati thanked Mayor Veliai for supporting this project and stated that such investments should be extended throughout Tirana. This has been an area that historically has had this beautiful label as a landmark of Tirana, so I think that such initiatives should be extended throughout the city of Tirana. A tree is a sign of better life for every Tiranan citizen, for every child of Tirana, said Ervin Bushati. The 150 trees planted in Kata Dashmoret Street were donated by the companies Sombrero, Veco and Muliri Vieter. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening and be sure to join me again Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.